My name is Yuntow, and today we have a special treat. That's right. Division G, or as it's affectionately called, the G spot. Ha 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 ha, I know, but that's what they're calling it, so just that's what it's named. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, those beyond the binary, as we get ourselves prepared for the final match for the G Division, Tournament of the Stars. Here we go. It is Sweaty Sabers versus SPQR, as you can see up there. Now, both these teams are in a pretty good spot. What I mean is, like, Sweaty Sabers is currently second place right now for their division, sitting at 224 points. Haven't lost a game. Now, SPQR doing a smidge better. Also haven't lost a game, and they are sitting at 265 points. They had some max point kind of games. So, how this is supposed to work is that SPQR and Sweaty Sabers are now playing each other. Sweaty Sabers has the drive, hopefully, to try to get as many points as they can. They need about 39 just to tie, but they can't let SPQR get 40 points. If SPQR gets 40 points, there's no way they're going to get first. But it's still possible. It's still doable. As we've seen from a lot of these teams actually play against each other, they're bringing it all. Like the Black Sheep Squadron Pie, when they had their match earlier today against, oh, why am I tripping on the name of them? Oh, I'm so sorry. But anyways, they had a match that was literally a 6-point difference. Someone's gonna remind me about the name at some point. I'm being a terrible person right now. And that was such a close game, like constant back and forth on that. So hopefully we get to see some of that. Once again, I'm gonna do my best to commentate, cast, talk about the mech builds, talk about generally what ideas they might go in for, and more importantly, watch these people kick some butt. So starting off in the 1v1, our Tournament of the Stars, this match is that it's a 1v1 trial mech first, with no enhancements or like that, so people can't be cheeky and bring their own linebacker as the MPL linebacker. So a little spicy, is being played on the tournament or duel or Solaris map of old, Boreal Reach. So a little cool map. They're gonna need it because it's gonna be very important they actually can stay alive. So first things first, let's get some people involved or invited. Let me actually make sure I get the right people. But yeah, the 1v1 will determine a lot. We'll give them a point if they win and a point for getting the kill. So they get 2 points for winning this. And I'm going to try to keep track of those points as best as I can. If you can help me out a little bit, just yell at me from time to time. That would be grand. All right, so let's go ahead and get a Jimmy up in here. And it looks like I'll be inviting Andalard. All right. Invite sent. Okay. Well, I just crashed. Yep, no. Oh, wait, did we all just crash? No way. Wait, we all crashed? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Well, here we are, everybody. I don't know what's happening now. God, I love Mechwarrior Online. The server's been having issues. Their website was going down. But yeah, it looks like servers are down as well. Yeah, so I will give it a second, see if we can get anything boosted. Oh, let me show you what I'm looking at so you can see what we're hopefully about to witness. Not that one. This one? Yeah, there we go. All right. So we'll wait. I'm going to wait and see what happens. But yeah, so right now, SPQR are doing fantastic. They've played 4 matches, got 4 wins. Great amount of points. Like, got max points first game. Decent amount of points second game. Third game, almost max points. Fourth game, max points. Now they're playing Sweaty Sabers. Hopefully. And then Sweaty Sabers, great games. All like they had 1 almost full points, but pretty much great games throughout the season. Like, and I don't stress over these games too much because, like, yeah, they would want to get max points to try to get out of division placement or to move into a different placement. But you know, you take what you get. You can get what you get. But But yeah, so Sword and Sabers has a lot to play for. They just need to get about 40 points, 50 points. Yeah, we all are. Oh boy. I mean, there's a chance, there's a potential I'm not gonna be able to cast this if it goes for too long. I do have to get up early in the morning. But Jai couldn't handle me casting again.
Whoa, look at that guy go!
Oh man. All right, well, everybody, yes, tournament starts 5v5. It's the final week, so hopefully stuff can happen. This is gonna be a good match. Hopefully we can get to it. Wait, I'm watching the Discord. Okay, it looks like we're able to load in now. All right, let's try our best to make that happen. Oh my god, I love this game. Alrighty. Invites to Indolard and to Jimmy. Oh man. When I get in, watch the servers crash as we all log in. Oh boy. Well, this was hopefully going to be exciting. All right. Looks like things are happening. Okay, let's take a look. Let's get back to the gameplay. All right. Here we go. It's funny. You gotta laugh at this. Like, it's easy to get upset, but anyway. So, like I said, I'm gonna send the invite so I'm not wasting anybody's time. All right, there's Jimmy. Invite sent. And Andalard, invite sent. Now, Sword Sabers is team 1. SPQR is team 2. And like I said, I'm going to try my best to keep on top of the points. Yeah, that was pretty exciting start to the stream. All right, everybody. Reset. All right, so everyone, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to root for these teams: SPQR, these Sabers, all of them. Cheer on certain pilots. I'd love to see that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to do my best to look at the mechs, talk about what they're doing, maybe talk about formulate some of the strats, talk about the builds, maybe heat management. Like, I'll try to give you a little technical stuff. But my goal as a caster, for me personally, is just to bring excitement, bring emotion, because these people are sweating. They're coursing like vigor and adrenaline through their veins, and we should applaud them. We should cheer them on. So let's do this, okay? Let's have some fun. Let's see who dropped AMP on NWO headquarters. Sorry, it was an accident. TSBG went down. Oh noes. All right, here we go. Oh man, but we're gonna have a great time. And I want good vibes. I want to see these teams to say GGs, good luck, have fun, all that stuff. And I want us to have a great time. So let's do it, team. And don't worry, music and all this and all that over there will go away because, yeah, we want to focus on the players. Like, I'm enjoying being here, being exciting, but we want to focus on the players as much as we can. So. Wish I could have done more casting in general, but I am happy to root on teams like y'all. Let's have a good time. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Call, all right, let me make sure. Call locks, and yeah. All right, here we go. Looks like we go. We have Chair Glue versus Andalard. All of the settings are correct. Yes, they are. Let's get into it. All right, so again, turning off the music. We don't care about some music. We want to hear those mechs go boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right, here we go. All right, so it's going to be a little bit of lag in the beginning. Don't stress over it too much. It will hopefully get itself back to normal here in a second. It always seems to act weird on this map. Hopefully.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
It's just because of these, I don't know what's, maybe the servers are crapping themselves a little bit. Oh, we're getting a little bit of slideshow. I'll try to be quick about this. We're just gonna have to go for it. All right, we'll try to fix it here in a second. We'll try to keep things standard and keep things still so we guys don't see too much. Looks like we got a little bit of range poke coming from these two mechs. Jay and Andalard trying to do a little bit of laser licking with their mech, drop it down to 95%. 91% with Andalard. Chair Glue is sitting at 96%, actually doing pretty well. Looks like Andalard is getting a lot of damage to their right torso. All right, things are zooming in. Let's see if we can catch some of the action. Andalard trying to see if they can catch an angle on the pilot. Ooh, a little bit of burn, little damage going out. Looks like Chair Glue dropped down to 89%. Now, all the weapons are on the left and right torsos, but as soon as that torso goes down, it is a big pop. So we got to be a little careful of that. Ugh, I don't know why it's sliding like this. All right, Andalard trying to duel back. Looks like the damage has been spread all around for Chair Glue. Andalard trying to take some retreating steps back. Left to right arm are weak, but you know, this is not bad because the left to right arm being weak doesn't mean anything. It's all but the side torso. Arm is gone, dropped it to 73%. Oh, CT focus coming from Andalard. Now, I think that he just lost his side torso, sadly. No, actually, he still has it. Chair Glue, though, CT'd open. It's getting close, 54%. There goes the side torso. So he's going to start kicking up pretty hot. Oh, Andalard's trying to stay alive using that rear armor that's given to him. Oh, and Andalard bringing it back. So Andalard was actually in a deficit from the beginning of that fight, but they managed to slowly but surely crawl their way back into the fight, trying to make sure that they just kept going CT, not worrying about a side torso, and by golly, it worked out for them. So we're going to publish stats so that they can see it, so don't worry. Match IDs up here. They need that, otherwise this match didn't count. Chair Glue, though, 305 damage, 238. Good armor twisting from Andalard. Actually secured that, but honestly, it was super close. I was a little worried. Oh, my goodness. All right, let me see if I can fiddle with some of the settings while we get to this next match, so we don't have to worry about that. But, like I said, we're going to get ourselves some points going over to... Let's delete that, because I actually might have an impact. Okay. All right, let's make sure that they invite their... Invite before leaving your GP2 buddies. All right, there we go. Want to make sure they actually stay on top of that. All right, next drop is going to be Lao Jungle. Now, this time they can bring their own mechs. So we're going to turn off ignore enhancements because they're able to use the skill points. It's a medium and assault. So hopefully it'll be really good. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let me... Honestly, that was a really close game. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize I had all these settings up on high. Ah, you gotta love updates, am I right? We're nerds here. All right, let's see if that fixes it for us. The 1v1s for some, and the 2v2s for some reason always seem to have a little bit of issue. Oh, I don't know. We'll just go with it. All right, they're almost ready. Good luck, have fun. Launching, looks like 150 tons, so we're not using all the tonnage they available, because remember, they could bring a 55-tonner like Vapor Eagle, Black Lantern, or something like that. Most of these teams have been running DACA or some combination of it, so maybe we'll see more of that. Congratulations to 2 points. So they got 1 point for getting the kill, they got 1 point for winning the match. Now it's 2v2, you get 2 points for the kill, and you get 2 points for the match. So, let's see what they do. All right, we got one team already locked, ready to go. Wait for the team 2 to lock and say they're good to go as well. And there it is. All right, and we begin again. Both teams going for 150 tons. Very interesting. Let's see what they do with it. All right, let's hopefully less of a slideshow this time, because that was very gross. Oh, much better, much better. All right, hopefully we actually fix some of that. All right, let's see what we got. We got ourselves an executioner coming up in here. I have to say, I like the look of that. 12 small pulses, and we got a Stormcrow coming up in here. Also 12 small pulses. So we're going for a little bit of pinpoint. A lot of people have been DACA and SRMs. Let's see what these teams do. We got a Direwolf B. Hank Herden, though. My goodness, you're Megan looking delicious. Oh, and the Huntsman as well. 8 SRM 6, so a lot of burst damage. I mean, a little bit of sustained DPS with the AC5s, but the DACA is going to do really well because they will have a range game. So let's see what the pinpoint can beat some mid-range into big SRM splat. We already see the first shots going out. Hank being smart about it and staying in the background. Want to make sure that they utilize their range as much as they can before they get into close. Little damage going out as well. Hank trying to put shots on Coup Chaos and the Stormcrow. Coup Chaos taking a little bit of damage, but not too much. Right torso is open. We do see the Huntsman coming in. Now the question is, will they go for the Huntsman or will they go for the Direwolf? I think going for the Direwolf is a good play. They do put some shots on Phoenix Rokos. He's trying to put him on, but going for that Direwolf is going to make it a little scary for him. Looks like one leg is gone by Hank Herden. Side toes are being ripped. They're doing their best. Hank Herden using that tree. Maximum efficiency right there. Trying to protect their leg. Getting some good shots in, still protecting against that side flank. Now let's see, can they do this? We have a CT open on the Hammerfell. One big alpha, and that mech can go straight down. Now they do need to get a kill. Like, even if they do lose, Phoenix Rocco wants to try his spec, but looks like it's leg focus all day, every day, as Coup Chaos staying alive in that circle, torso twisting like a madman. Will they be able to be picked up, or will Phoenix Rocco do their best, but sadly just get out pinpointed? Like the Ezra's Ataka, again, really good, but respect to Hammerfell and Coup Chaos as they made use of that land bridge, trying to put it in between them, trying to block a lot of the incoming damage, and they did a fantastic job at it. Let's go ahead and publish stats. And these 2v2s are meant to be quick and dirty, which is what I like. All right, so Hammerfell, 391 damage. Coup Chaos, 233. Phoenix Rocco, 498. And Hank Reardon, I said Herden earlier, apologies, 350 damage. Good damage. Just not enough to bring the win. But, again, like, that's unfortunate. Like, they lost, a couple points and stuff like that. But they still have a chance to win this. They just need to start getting their shit, in mind. Get their blood pumping once more. And I believe they could bring it back. So once again, SPQR does get 2 points for winning that match and 4 points, another 2 points for claiming the victory. Invite your mates before leaving. As we move on to the final map. Which is Thunder Coliseum. No, I didn't forget. What are you talking about? I didn't just play this game like 4 hours ago and then watch a cast right afterwards. Shout out to Thorax and Gigagu. Well done. Good job casting. Love it. Love it so much. Well, like I said, everybody, we're here to root them on. I'm going to try to focus on their style, their looks, their weapons, and everything between. I will try to read out each of these names because, again, we want them to go far. We want them to do well. All right, so we got Frank Reardon. I don't think they're probably not running again, but we got Thorax. Ooh, Smoke added Thorax. I didn't even know you were playing. I should probably read the rosters. I know. I'm slacking. We got Alfer for playing for Sweaty Sabers, and then we have SPQR, Alfarius Cursor, and Wubby. If I say your names, I'm so sorry. But already good matches like that. First 1v1, very close. Chair Glue having the advantage, but just a little good towards statistic coming out, saving the day. And then that next match, like the damage was there. I like the positioning of the Direwolf and the Huntsman, forcing them to like move past the Huntsman, take some free value damage off of it. But, it happens like that. It's just, that pinpoint can be very scary. Now, the thing is that Hank already played in their drops, so Hank is not supposed to be able to fire again. I hope they're aware of that. I don't know if I should weigh in or not. I mean, technically, I'm not. Like, I'm not a referee. It's kind of on them to make these notices. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, so yeah, now we move on to the Standard Coliseum. Now, there was a rule having some issues logging in. Okay, cool. Let's explain. All right. I mean, both these teams are great. They're both wonderful people. So, anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Standard Coliseum. So there was a rule announcement made about it, because it was I wouldn't say abused, but it was taken advantage of on Test A map. There's these, you can kind of see it a little bit. So there's like these high rises and these cliffs that surround it. You're not allowed to park your mechs up there. Now, we almost saw something like that earlier today, but it's just clearly rolled out. You can't park up there. It's just, I guess it's considered unfair. I mean, always bring jump jets, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. We'll let them have it. But yeah, so that's the only thing that was made as a rule yesterday, technically, or 2 days ago, something like that. But again, we're running a medium and a light mech for this match. So I'm curious to see what the tonnage looks like. Looks like we're still having issues with people trying to get into gear, so we have to wait a little bit and just breathe, take a breath. So their partner's not able to log in. Okay. All right, they're rotating another player. Well, that's good. That was good. The Trout emerges. Trout actually did a cast for us last week for 2D20 Scallywags, my team, in Division D versus Bomb Squad. Great match, by the way. I would encourage you to watch their stream. Anyways, yeah, it's been a great tournament series. 5v5 tournament stars is worth doing because you don't have to put a lot of thought process into making your strats like you probably should if you're trying to win. But for a lot of these teams, it's just about having fun. There was a lot of teams who submitted. Like every year, it was like our numbers just get a little bit better in comp. And you know, casual plug and shout out. Please think about joining an MWO comp Discord. And there's a lot of 2D20, or not just 2D20, but there's a lot of unit Discords in there. If you want to get involved in comp, different divisions, so you don't have to worry about coming into the sweatiest. It's just more about having a good time and getting people involved. Is KK? All right, there we go. Boom. Last 2v2. Let's go. And it does look like changing the settings, or maybe the service decided to stop pooping on itself. I know, so risque. So that's good. I'm glad. All right, so we got Thorax and the Trout joining us. We see some more Stormcrow action. I'm assuming we're going to see some of that 12-pulse laser build. Oh, would you look at that? And I'm assuming this is a heavy machine gun, small pulse. Oh, look at that. So a little more pinpoint again. Looks like Sweaty Sabers decided to bring their own deliciousness. Now we see the Stormcrow once more. Love the little duck bill in the front of this Stormcrow. Well done, Alfarius Cursor. And then an Incubus. Interesting. So the SRM6s, heavy machine guns, a small pulse. So a little bit of burst. Still having a little bit of sustain. Still got a little bit of pinpoint. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. Like, I kind of like the Kit Fox and the Stormcrow a little bit more. But let's see what these teams do. So a lot of teams will usually play back if they're running in brawl or range. Looks like Thorax is trying to get them and goad them into this fight. And Wubby, not being afraid, going for that early damage as much as they can. UAVs going out from both teams is when all the info. The Trout going for Alfarius the Stormcrow, but Thorax just getting pushed by this Incubus. CT is weak on it. Looks like it's not a leg day kind of fight. CT is almost open, but Wubby is very low from this fight. Now, if Thorax can stay alive and they can pick up this mech, that would be huge. Looks like we do get a kill. Thorax goes down. Will the Trout be able to take up this mech? CT is weak. The Trout also weak as they go around these corridors, boating and moving. I like the armor twisting through the air by the Trout, showing that they are indeed a fish and can flop air, water, or land. But they are trying to get that Wubby. Wubby doing a fantastic job using that clear ring around the Rosie indeed, as this Incubus just goes round and round and round. Alfarius Cursor probably getting tired of chasing off this mech. Now the Getfox has a little speed. There we go. Alfarius Cursor turning around, ripping off an arm off that mech. Let's see what they have left. CT ready to pop. Backshots incoming. And boom goes the dynamite as Alfarius Cursor is able to scoop up the kill. The ring around Rosie is finally over. And the crowd cheered. Close. I mean, look at Wubby. Like, Wubby Very close to dying. Very close indeed. Once again, publish stats. Don't forget that, teams. If you lose it, don't worry. I stream or record, and I got your back. Alfred's Cursor doing 394 damage. We'll be doing 255. The Trial going 189, and the Thorax 167. And I like the play, like the Kit Fox trade-off went towards the bigger mech, trying to see if we can put some damage because they expected, and they did, go past the Kit Fox in order to attack the rocks of that Stormcrow. Sadly, though, it was just not enough damage to get put out. That pinpoint, once again, just showing their value. And those SRM6s, again, just putting out a lot of good damage. So that gives them another 4 points because, again, it's 2 points per kill. Wait a minute. Okay, so no, it is 6 points, so they're at 12 right now. I told you I'm gonna need y'all's help probably. Just make sure you're fact checking me, because it's supposed to be 1 point for the kill, for 1v1, and 1 point for the match. All right, 12 minutes. Now we're going to our actual match. I'm gonna go over all the rules again. Don't worry, don't fret. We are looking for Victrix Station. There we go, 12 minutes and Conquest. Let's not forget that either. All right, everybody. So like I said, so the 1v1, you get 1 point for getting a kill, 1 point for winning the match. Should be pretty straight up. Like, why wouldn't you just get another point? Like, just go with it, okay? Believe in it. Now, for the 2v2s, you get 2 points for getting a kill, per kill, and then you get 2 points for winning the match. So ultimately, you can get 6 points. So yeah, so you get 6 points for winning the match and getting the 4 points for the kills. So they should have 14 then, right? By that logic? God. My defense, I've been up all day, okay? Just let me live. I think that's right. But anyways, as we go into these actions, now this is the rest of the tournament starts. So this is a 5v5 clan mechs only. There's a rule of 4. You can't use a mech more than 4 times throughout the entire match from this point on. So they use 4 Vipers in this very first match, which they could easily do. They can't use any more Vipers for the rest of the match. And that's how you want to think about it. So we'll try to keep track of that, see what mechs are being utilized, and so we can see if they're going to keep doing that or what they might bring in later. Now, the first match is typically a pretty light kind of drop. I occasionally see a heavy mech coming in, like for 2D20, we brought a Mad Dog with streaks, and it slapped like nothing, while the enemy team brought 3 Huntsmen with streaks as well. But common drops are like multiple Vipers with Arctic Wolf support, streaks or just SRM splat. A lot of cool stuff you could kind of do with. Range could definitely happen. You could put like a Shadow Cat or something up top, making things happen for the teams. Let's see if they actually do it. Because they can just range game. Now, the cap point, as opposed to all the cap points, even though we're on Conquest, it's actually on Theta. Theta is the cap point for this one, which is low ground. Now, a lot of teams have been taking the high ground and just ignoring the low ground initially, maybe even going for the cap later on. We'll see if that's what they decide to do. Right now, both of these teams are capable of brawling. Now, it has been going towards SPQR, so I'd like to see Sweaty Sabers maybe just to pull their focus fire, get their mental cleared, and send this match. And just, I want them to do well, because I like good games. I want a good back and forth. Now, right now, they still have a chance to win this. They just need to keep denying. Like, right now, they need about 40-something points to actually win it. As you be back, I feel like I misplayed significantly. I ran the ring around the Rosie as hard as I could. Yes, you did, Wobie. Yes, you did. All right, so being joined by Sweaty Sabers, we got Gian Jimmy, 41, Thorax, Phoenix Rocco, Cherry and the Trout. Being joined by SPQR, we get Hammerfell, Kook Chaos, Wubby, and Alfarius Cursor. They're missing one person, but I'm sure we'll see him in just a second. Considering out what their tonnage is at 180, so I wonder if their last teammate is a Piranha. Piranhas are pretty good. They're pretty killy, but the thing is that they're very glass candy. And if you run something like a straight mech, you're a ground pounder, oof, don't fall off the high ground at least. There we go. We've been joined by Indolard? Yeah, Indolard. All right, and they did come with a 20-ton mech. Spoiler, maybe. Waiting for the teams to ready up and launch. We are set to 12 minutes now as opposed to 10 minutes. We're now in Conquest, and enhancements are still on. They were on for the 2v2s, but... And there we go. We got the match. Let's get the action going. All right, music is away, and I shall disappear. I should not have this much energy. Oh, wait, please stop, doggo. All right, thank you. You just wanted the headset so bad. All right, so Victrix Station, Beautiful map based off the Faction Forge map. Look at it. Look at these little bridges, this ramp. Theta's gonna be all down here. So all the play for both teams start on the other sides. Let's just take a look and see what these guys are bringing. We'll try to go through the mechs as quickly as we can, and more importantly, focus on the action. So again, root for your teams, root for your players, root for anything that sounds like fun, like Mech Destruction.
Command coming in.
All right, so from Source and Sabers or Sweaty Sabers, we got quite the spread. We got Thorax in the Arctic Wolf Prime looking great in that camo, 4 SRM 6 Artemis. We got Phoenix Rocco also bringing 4 SRM 6s, no Artemis. We have Jimmy bringing the 5 SRM 2s and 4 SRM 6s, little slat. We got a Viper coming in with 10 heavy machine guns and 3 air micro, and we are missing the other Viper being piloted by Drought. I love the red camera scheme, looks really good. All right, real quick, we got Wubby in the Viper doing some early game scouting on the land bridge. Love to see it. We got a Piranha and a Lark. Who called it? I called it. We're doing 12 micro laser, 3 ER micros. We got a Stormcrow coming back in, 12 small pulses. We got Kip Fox coming in with 6 small pulses, 4 machine guns. And lastly, another Stormcrow, 12 small pulses. So once again, a lot of pinpoint, a lot of mobility though out of Swords and Sabers. Good UAVs already being utilized. And we got a lot of bursts once again from Sweaty Sabers. So let's see what these teams do. Who blinks first? Right now, they're just kind of like, yeah, I know you there. I smell you. The question is, who's going to call the push? Who's going to get the value? Terraclu going for a little bit of a sneaky peek. I like this, like scouting they're getting out of Terraclu. Might even get some free farm out. UAV going out. They get the spot. We do have a little bit of engagement on the ramp itself. Ooh, a back shot coming in. Terraclu kind of going in by himself. I don't know if Sweaty Sabers is aware that Terraclu just made this advance. Terraclu dropping down to 57%. Sweaty Sabers could have used that opportunity to jump on in. Unfortunately, they are going to get legged, and they're going to get taken out. Lots of mechs on the low ground. Sweaty Sabers needs to push in. Looks like they're jumping on a Fairy's Cursor. Can they make this value actually happen? 2 Chaos is left up behind, but a lot of the SPQR mechs are now coming up. It's a little bit of a split thing. I think there was a little bit of confusion that was going on. Again, all these mechs are falling off. Sweaty Sabers is not making the same mistake, and they are taking these engagements a little more cautious now. Just trying to get their value on what mechs they can. Thorax putting SRMs on the Wubby. The spread shows, I mean, again, Sweaty Sabers is down a mech, but they do have a lot of the enemy mech down with Phoenix Rocco dueling out again. And they're keeping the high ground as much as they can. Again, trying to get back shots. Wubby, like they're all fighting in this ramp. Jimmy looks like part of a side torso out of that fight. Oh, arm out of it. Ooh, about to pop. Jimmy wisely getting out of it. Again, they need all the points. We got a lot of crossfire coming out for these Coup Chaos, trying to put a little firepower back on. Oh, it's so unfortunate that that fight actually went down the way it did. I mean, we got Sweaty Sabers still trying to put the fire. Ooh, a sneaky Viper coming from behind him, picking up the kill on Jimmy. Wubby backing down like, hello, goodbye. Now this is a 3v5 situation, and again, while this is at a worrisome spot for the Sweaty Sabers, they just need to get kills. Like this is like they have the burst damage. I think they're trying to get SPQR to make a play to where he puts them in a bad spot, but SPQR is playing very tight, very close. They were having to take up that early pick. Artillery strike coming out, I'm assuming from Sweaty Sabers, trying to put a little bit of zoning out, maybe a little cheeky damage. We got Trout dropped down to 43%. We got 44% coming out of Thorax. Looks beaten up all over, right torso open. Wubby just having a fun day, just saying hello and dropping back down. I mean, right now, SPQR has the advantage. They have the cap point. It's going to take forever for that cap point to matter. Good artillery strike coming down is going to bring Trout down to 39%, Thorax down to 40%, Trout down to 35%. I think the push is happening for SPQR. They have waited long enough, and they're full sending. It looks like they have refocused back on Trout. Trout is low, and Thorax goes at the same time by Andalard being that sneaky little piranha. Phoenix Rocco trying to dip and dive, parry, thrust, potentially dropping even lower, trying to at least get something, but wisely they're not sending their weakest mechs in. Instead, they're sending Wubby, who's been doing a fantastic job making use of that mobility. Now those legs are weak, and all they need is some really good shots, and they could scoop up the kill. Actually getting the leg on the Stormcrow. Phoenix Rocco still putting out some good shots, still trying to stay alive, driving at 26%. They lost the arm, side torso. The Piranha is probably not what they want to fight. They get a leg on the Piranha. My goodness, look at this. Leg on the Piranha. Both legs open in the Kit Fox. Leg on the Stormcrow. Almost both legs open on that one. Leg on the Stormcrow. Like, Sweaty Sabers, you almost had this. Tough. Very tough. Match ID sent. And I don't mean that mockingly when say you almost had this, like, hopefully you were like, okay, we can win in a brawl. Let's just focus our focus fire just a little bit more. Redundant, I know, but still focus your focus fire. And be aware of the positioning because that mattered a lot. All right, real quick. Indolor 637 damage. Well done. And Thorax 379. Putting it in some good work. Just unfortunately not enough to bring it home. All right. And now how these matches work. So that was 200 tons, right? So now we're going to go up to another 300 tons. Unfortunately, Sony Sabers was not able to get any points for that one. And let's actually swap to the map. Now we're going to go to Hellbore, our favorite. Actually, I don't mind Hellbore anymore. Like, I love the positioning for the map now. Anyways, so let's get the points to SPQR before I forget. So it works differently. So now it's 1 point for the first kill, 3 points for the second, 5 for the third, 7 for the fourth, and 9 for the fifth. And then they get 5 points for the winning match. So it's a total of 14 points, putting him at a comfortable 28 points. Unfortunately, Sweaty Sabers has not got a point. And again, they kind of needed to win it now. Like, this match, unfortunately for them, is decided because as I showed off earlier, is that they were at a 39-point loss. The max points they can get is 70 points. With 39 already being there, that math is 67. That's 3 points away from max. So, like, they have, unfortunately, it's looking to be a tough, but every point matters, every match win matters, and so even if they don't, or they're not able to claim first place, because that's all we're really talking about, they still want to win every match, because usually, typically, for every tournament comp match, whenever you win a match, you get MC for it, usually around 500 MC. We'll see if that's still the same. PGI, we love you. Please keep giving us free currency, because we like to keep doing this. I mean, most of the time I give my currency away, because I appreciate my teammates dealing with me, and I can ramble quite a bit, and I can be a little critical and a little stressful, but again, just as I do for casting, I want my teammates to be pumped and ready to go. All right, anyways, I digress. So Helper Outpost, very interesting map. Now, what even makes it more interesting is that the cap point, as opposed to all the standard caps like in the center of the map or in your gimme zones, it's far Sigma cap. Now, Sigma cap, what that means is it's in this like very canyonous area. There's like a couple ridges in like a low valley before you get to the said canyon area. A lot of different land bridges to utilize and a lot of different concepts you could do. You could run a brawl drop and just see if they, especially if they're running range, you just bully them. Jump jets are very nice to have in this one. And beyond that, like you could run a range drop, like a mid-range dock has been very popular with these kind of brawl teams, stuff like that. So let's see what these teams do. Also, the tonnage does go from 200 to now 300, and it's going to increase to 100. There is no minimum tonnage, so if Team 2 wants to, they can drop all that down to casual 100 tons if they really wanted to. Technically 105 if they bring a mislinks, because you can't do that many piranhas. Especially since they already used the piranhas. Remember, they only have 3 available now. They use 2 Stormcrows in the official match, so they can't use any. You can only use 2 more Stormcrows. Same thing for Sweaty Sabers. They use 2 Vipers and 3 Arctic Wolves. I'm pretty sure. So they can only use 1 more Arctic Wolf and 2 more Vipers. So, and again, that's how you kind of manage your different teams' concepts of like bringing the best quote-unquote mech, meta mech, comp mech, or whatever. Ideally keeps it fresh. I think they could have changed it to a rule of 3. But because I'm a fan of just using different mechs, like I would even take a rule of 1. Let's start scraping the bottom of the barrel, you know? But SPQR, once again, showing really good tight-knit coordination, showing their focus fire is on point, being willing to flank and kind of like Pop-Tart. They're really, like, there's a reason why they're the top of their division right now. They're doing an excellent job, and for 2D20, we scrimmed against them, and honestly, they took off drops like a lot, and they're supposed to be a division below us. So, for all of you people who are about to play in the championship, you see SPQR, don't sweat them. Or no, let me rephrase that. Sweat them. Sweat them profusely. Because if you don't, they're going to take advantage of you. And they're going to destroy the shit out of you. Alright. We got 300 tons being locked from Sweaty Sabers. We got 300 tons potentially being locked from SPQR. So we're going to go into this next match and we're going to have a great time. Root for your teams. Let's have a nice clean fight. Sweaty Sabers, I would like you to make a huge comeback in a big way just because it's going to make the games even spicier. But honestly, just give it your all. Do your best. That's all we want. We just want to see good stuff. And like, again, it's close. Like, you could have won that match. Just tighten up. Just tighten up a bit, all right? Let's get it. Whoopsie, I'm still here. No, I don't know why I am the way I am. All right. So like I said, let's focus on the cool stuff. These teams kicking some butt. So yeah, Hellbore Outpost, and like I said, we're not taking any of these middle caps or any of these side caps. What your cap is this one, this jungle gem of an area. A lot of plateaus, a lot of cool stuff you can watch. Cap point's kind of covered by rocks as well. You have this ridgeline to play around with. You got a lot to play around with. All right, let's see what Sweaty Sabers is running. Oh, this is SPQR, excuse me. All right, SPQR, we got Summoner, Shadowcat, Summoner, Shadowcat, Summoner. Ooh, baby. Shadowcats making a big debut this season. 2 PPCs, 5 live machines by Anilard. Hammerfell looking good as always in their Shadowcat. 3 ERPs, 1 large pulse, 5 heavy machine guns, loving it. Now, ooh, I was gonna say SRMs. No, we got 2 ERPCs and 4 small pulses. We got 4 ER smalls and 2 ER pulses or PPCs, and 5 small pulses and 2 ER PPCs. Now, Taco, good to see you again. All right, quickly. Sweaty Sabers, what you got for me? We got Chair Group once again bringing the Viper. I believe this is their 3rd Viper now. 10 heavy machine guns, 3 micro lasers. We got the Summoners coming in. Now, where are these Summoners running? Ooh, we got ourselves a Brawl deck. 8 SRM 6s by Jimmy's Summoner. God, I love their mechs. 8 SRM 6s by Full Phoenix. Just look at them. Gorgeous. Sorry, I can't help myself. And Hank Reardon with 6 SRM 6 Artemis. And then we got the Huntsman running 8 SRM 6. So we got a lot of splat, which is going to be very interesting because that splat's going to do quite well against these Summoners and their ER PPCs. The question is, will they get the scouting? They are taking use of the high ground initially, so they might actually scout this brawl push. 2 Shadowcats also make it pretty interesting because that does mean that there's going to be a lot of info and they're going to be pretty secure and taking this cap if they so desire. Hammerfell and Anilard not going for the cap, instead looking for the info. They should be spotting these mechs, and in fact, they're letting them know they spot them by putting shots out. Now, ooh, Sweaty Sabers, though, they see the Shadowcats, and they're like, okay, cool. We'll go shoot you guys. I don't know if that's what they should be doing. We do have Chergu now spotting out the heavy tonnage, so ideally, we do want Sweaty Sabers to change their route and just push these Summoners. That's what they need to do. Ooh, good shots coming out. Chergu getting a lot of good scouting info, but getting punished for it. All right, here we go. See Jimmy leading the charge. Simic being capped. Chergu trying to bite some shots. They are dropping low, which is going to be an interesting play because it is going to deny the Shadowcats from getting value. Phoenix thinking about it, curious about it. Going for the land bridge, actually taking a little bit of the high ground. So maybe they could be a little surprise visit for the teammates. Ooh, Jamie, Hank, and Phoenix actually taking the low ground approach even. So that way they could actually come out the backside and come up here, which I kind of like. I think that's a nice play. Question is, like, are we gonna get scouted? Like, Full Phoenix is by himself. Oh, Coup Chaos. Okay, they were spotted. I was like, no way, dude, no way did they not get spotted. Now they want to pick up this kill. Like, this should be a kill for them 100%. Coup Chaos doing their best to try to stay alive. Looks like it's leg day all day, and boom goes the dynamite. We got 1 mech down. Jericho's doing their best to stay alive. Full Phoenix is up top, putting up some good recovery fire, giving the scouting info. The Viper is relatively okay. Rear armor holding. These Shadowcats are gonna be a little pesky for them. And credit to Phoenix, like, just trying to stay alive in the situation. Putting out their shots. AER PPC is kind of missing a little bit of the blows. Now, the cap point is in their favor. They have until the 6-minute mark to really start worrying about the caps if they just want to play a cap game. But I think Sweaty Sabers is looking to push in and do the damage. Phoenix is now getting hit by a crossfire, but don't worry, the team is here as they start pushing across, using the land bridge to get in closer and closer. The Kantu should be aware, but they will be the call target. And now they're aware. They're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to be here anymore. But again, this crossfire, like, the Shadowcat's doing a great job rotating around, not letting themselves just get easily pushed. Chair Glue, though, being smart, was at 69%, nice, now at 67%, going for some back shots, maybe leg, oh, yep, leg damage. Artillery strike, hopefully to help with zoning. We got Chair Glue still chasing up Nakatu, or Nitaku, sorry. Good damage still. Looks like we have a lot of the Summers 66 or 60% from Chair Glue, 57%. Chair Glue does need to stay alive because, again, they can't afford to lose any kills if they can avoid it. Good shots again, especially with these Shadowcats still on the prowl. Full Phoenix been the tank and been the leader for a lot of this early game damage. They should try to rotate in Phoenix, Roko, and Hank if they can. But again, those Shadow Cats are going to be very difficult to catch up to. Wubby trying just to disengage entirely, trying to save their mech. Now the question is, were they scattered out? Ooh, I think they actually might get away from this. And again, they need the points. They need the kills. So yeah, it looks like Wubby is just going to disengage entirely, which is not a terrible play, because if they can disengage entirely, that is one mech that either they hella focus on or they just able to disengage entirely. Looks like Hammerfell is being focused on by Chergu. Now, Hammerfell is the one that's running a little bit of a laser bomb. Yeah. So, Chergu, while more of a close combat fighter, is technically has a weapon spread that is going to be a little more advantageous against Hammerfell. They just can't afford to use any of their armaments. Legs are weak, right leg super weak. Summoners are chasing after. Just gonna try to take a look. Looks like the side torches are weak. Nice armor twisting, actually deflecting some of the damage back on the arm. Cherku was able to disengage, and they're gonna scoop up another kill. Hank taking a lot of the damage, which is good for them. And there we go, we got a kill. Phoenix. Now, Phoenix could make an interesting play by standing up here. I wouldn't peek personally. Oh, that was so close. Like, that right torso is nearly one touch. But Sweaty Sabers turning it around. Now, they do get the cap. I'm a little worried that their timing is not going to work out for them, so they probably will have to call this push. I would hope that they call this push together. Like, let's use Phoenix Roko. Phoenix Roko, the freshest out of all of them, goes 81 kph. They don't need to be peeking. Losing a side torso, they can't afford to get any kills. I don't know if they're paying attention to the points, but if they lose 2 people, there's no way they can bring this back. Like, they need to win this based off of getting the kills on net. Like, honestly, they don't even need to get the kills at this point. Even getting a win and denying the points would be a victory for them at this point. It's a little scary. Phoenix Roko taking a lot of shots now. It's a little scary only because, again, I don't know if the timer works out. I think that they do win this. We'll find out. We'll be sitting very pretty. Andalord taking a wide berth, which I think is a great move because they know they have a lot of weakened mechs. See what they do. I mean, honestly, Sweaty Sabers making use of their armor as much as they can. Phoenix Roko is still sitting at 88%. And I think it's wise because, like, if they go for the kill, like, if they expose too much and take too much damage, Chergu, please. Like, I'm not, like, rooting for your team in particular, but it makes me anxious, okay? Like, just stay alive. Make like and share, stay in one place, and glue yourself to it. You get it? Because that's their name. Oh, so funny. So yeah, honestly, this is Sweaty Sabers team to potentially lose, so they're getting like a point every 2 seconds. So they need 100 points at this point, which would be, what's math? 60s. Okay, so maybe they can do it. Maybe this is enough points. They did full cap Sigma too, so they will know. Stop peeking. I mean, I shouldn't. Oh, like we got some intense action. Ooh, Andalord, if they get a little frisky with it, they could get picked up. Now they're running ERPVCs, so if they're quick enough, they could pop them. But this ERPVC is going to be a lot. Okay, there we go. There we go. I mean, I think it's smart that they're also playing back towards Sigma. I mean, again, SPQR, you're doing a great job. I'm worried about your points now, and I think Andalord's picked up on that. I think Andalord's now thinking, well, yeah, maybe we do have to care about this. I mean, but how fresh their mechs are, I think they're just hoping to get a little more value, and then maybe at the 2-minute mark, make a push for something. Ooh, Full Phoenix so out in the open. The ERPPCs are hitting at a pretty far range, though. They just have to lose their left torso, and they're a dead mech. Oh, I like the positioning, though. Just holding back. Hank, I think, is in a great position as well. Just maybe holding back just to see if they push him. Looks like Andalord's trying to get frisky with it. They I guess they did get the info seeing all the mechs cross over, so they are trying to be a little... Oh, I wish they kept a summoner or something back here. And going up. Oof. And like trying to hit those shots. Ooh, Full Phoenix coming out of the cover again. Hank is getting riddled, so I don't blame him, but again... Good damage out. Those light machine guns, though, they're gonna do so much work. It's a good game. It's a really good game. Chair glue coming out. Oh, they're okay. So I guess it was like a bit of a bait. They're seeing they get getting close. Now the small posters are gonna do a lot of work against how beat up these mechs. Like, look at that Viper, 32%. Good positioning though. Hank going in, soaking up the damage on the summoner. Ooh, stay alive, Chair. We talked about this. Oh wow, that lucky dog. I mean, I shouldn't say lucky. Just stay alive. There you go. There you go. That's all you gotta do, Chair. Now, Jimmy, you're also pretty beat up. God, they're so weak. Wubby, those 73%. Those legs, both open. Big SRM blast. Again, they can't afford to lose anybody. Oh my gosh, look at this. I think Jimmy's out of ammo. Oh, no, we still got ammo. One leg popped. And they actually picked up the kill. All that's left is Andalard. No way, he didn't get the leg. Oh, no, this still could go. Like, Hank could still get got. Gotta stay alive. What? My God. I mean, look at that, folks. Look at those percentiles. 11% share glue. Jeez. I would love to see all that damage taken. Public stats, there you go. 922 damage by Andalard. You were putting in a clinic. But great damage coming out of Sweaty Sabers. Jamie and Hank bringing a casual 500 damage with the summoners. And they didn't lose a pilot, which is exactly what they needed. Wow. I mean, that's what we're here for. Am I right, folks? Come on. Let me hear some cheers. That was amazing. So, with that match, they got themselves a good 14 points. Now, unfortunately for them, they need all of it. Like, they need to, like, they can only afford to lose 1 kill for the rest of these matches, up to 2 kills during one match. Next up, here at Thermal Crucible, teams are swapping. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, hold up. That's right. Yeah, that's right. SPQR's top. Okay. And some people quit out. When people quit out, it always throws me off a little bit. Ooh, that was great, though. Come on, that was amazing. Remember that this is a 5-minute delayed stream. Thanks for watching and rooting on your teams. There we go. All right, so here at Thermal Crucible, right? The cap point is in the center, Theta. Kind of important things to call Dare right there. If you do fall into that lava underneath there, unless you have jump jets, you will cook and you will actually die. Now, all the lava on the outside, you can go into it. It gets you to, I think, 80%, maybe 90%. I'll have to double check on that one. I want to say 80%. So, yeah. It's always when I mention this because I've seen people do it, like actually fall into the pit, and it's been very scary. We'll see if these teams do it. Now, SPQR, now on the Team 1 side. Team 1 does have some interesting range positions they could take. Now, with that said, people have been running mid-range Daka, Brawl. I mean, 2D20, we brought in some Scorches and some Supernova Boilers, UAC 20s, Daka, and it was fantastic. Potentially, this is what the teams do as well. Or, like, what they could bring as well. But a lot of teams have been bringing Kodiaks. We've seen some Night Gears. We've seen some Direwolf Daka, AC5. You know the one. I'm glad to see the Shadowcats. Maybe we'll see one light tonnage mech because getting the cap point early and then forcing them to come towards your cap point does kind of put at least one mech into a bad position. And and they're not bringing the light mech and bringing a lot of big tonnage, they're going to have to full commit to that theta cap point. And that could be really scary, being in that center, having to deal with all that crossfire that could potentially happen. And that's actually what happens to a lot of these maps. It's a lot of crossfire. So let's see what these teams do. Sony Sabers, I'm proud of you. Again, I love SPQR. We literally have had people play for them. SPQR has been great scrim partners. Sword Sabers, you guys discovered me a little while ago. You've been fantastic people ever since I've met you. I love both of these teams, 100%. Only reason why I'm winning for Sony Sabers a little bit more is because, they're down in the points. I want it to be really close, tough games. And when you see these teams probably having some knowledge and still eking out, because that's a lot of nerves, that's a lot of engines. We get the easiness of being an AC, cooler, don't have to be on a nuclear reactor mech. We don't have to worry about anything. We just get to watch and have a good time. And that's why it's good to cheer on these teams. So again, hats off. Sony Sabers great in the last match. Fantastic. Can't believe they did that though. I thought they were gonna die numerous times. Oh man. I mean, and again, SPQR, they played it well. They waited up the timer, they were fine waiting up the timer. They did get picked up and they lost some mechs, but their rotation was good. Losing their Shadow Cat a little earlier was probably less than ideal, but again, both these teams are doing great. All right, so again, the 100 tonnages has moved up. So now we're sitting at 400 tons instant maximum. We're seeing 395 tons coming out of SPQR. Let's see what that's going to be. An Executioner, Mistlinks, could be a lot. And we're seeing 395 tons coming out of Sony Sabers. So good stuff all the way. Let's start the game. Let's get rid of everything, and let's get into this match. Whew. Man, I'm sweating, and I'm not even playing for Sony Sabers or SPQR. That's when you know the games are good. Oh, man, I miss casting. So much fun. And if you guys have questions, remember there's a 5-minute delay. I will do my best to answer them. But like I said, let's just run on these teams. Let's keep going. Keep it flowing. So this is the Caldera. This is the Theta Cap that they all want to go to. And again, this is the bottomless pit of misfortune. If you fall, you die. Now let's see what these teams are bringing. Zoom. All right, coming at SPQR. I'm seeing some potential Daka. Analar bringing in the Shadow Cat once more with feeling. 3 ER beams, 1 large pulse, 5 heavy machine guns. We got a Dire of 6 AC5s. We got a Night Gear running 1 ERPC, 3 AC10s. We got a 6 AC5 Ultraviolet. And we got Hammerfell in the ERPC 3 AC10 Night Gear as well. Good stuff. So got a little pop starting with this AC10 ERPC Night Gears. The Dire was just slap. The Shadow Cat's gonna be good scouting. Let's see what else we got. So we have an Orion coming in, 2 LB20s, 3 SRM, 4 Artemises, really good stuff. Another one LB20. Okay. So we got a little bit of mid-range, or brawl. They're gonna get in their face. They're not worried about the Daka. They're looking for the brawl. We got an Executioner finding 5 small pulse, 2 large pulse, and 7 ER micro. Got another run running LB20. 2 small pulse and 4 SRM6s, and another LB20 running 4 SRM6s. So they're going to be a lot quicker than the big tonnage that is coming out of SPQR. Let's see if it pays off for them. We see that the Analord is not going for a cap, it's actually just going for some scouting. See if they can get a pop on anybody. Shots already going out. Looks like SPQR picking up on it, is moving a little bit to right. Jamie doesn't mind taking a couple of shots. He just wants to let him know that he's there. And he's like, no, look at me. Don't look at my Orions. Now, Analog did spot Fall Phoenix moving up on the side, not taking shots either. At a good weapon display coming out of Andalord. Not wanting to expose, not wanting to show kids that they are aware, which I think is fantastic. Ooh, cheeky little artillery strike, probably coming of Andalord. Oh, no, for that positioning, it probably was some of the bigger tonnage. Now, the bigger tonnage, knowing that it's a brawl drop, seem to be fine with just disengaging. It looks like they're going to drop low. Again, this heat does not hurt you. I mean, they do take a little bit of leg damage from that drop. At least from... if they have jump jets. Darrells? Nope. 96%. Oh. Which is going to be a little scary because, like we've seen from Sony Sabers, they don't mind going legs. Now, no one's going for the cap. Oh, Shroud. That's securing my call. They have a 5-minute delay as well. Don't worry, they're not hearing us. Looks like they are pushing in, and this is what they want. Now, the Shadow Cat is going to be kind of far away to get engaged for it. These BattleMechs are not in position. They are going for the night gears. Now, they do need to do some armor twisting. Trout, I love how brave you are, but let your teammates move in. Because, again, you can't afford to get any kills. All right, one. They can afford one. They can afford one. All right, we already have Hammerfell going down. Umbrella is engaged. Thorax did get Wubby. We have the other Night Gear going down as well. Let's see if they can scoop it up. There goes another one down. We have 66% by Bolt Phoenix. Hank Reardon also taking a lot of damage. That left torso is open. That left torso is gone. The CT is open. Stop charging, Hank. Just let him do it. Hank, stop. No. Okay. Well. Why am I so emotionally invested? So I do think that Sweaty Sabers do pick up this drop, which again does matter. Like, they do get MC for picking up the drops. And those SRMs on these pilots are so good. Like, they're hitting their shots. I believe the legs are both open on Anilard. Anilard getting stuck on the wall, losing a side torso, which might hamper their speed, and it's definitely going to cook their mech. Legs are weak. Execution's going to have a great range profile on him. LB-20 shots still going to Anilard. Doing the cutting, does get leg though. Don't lose another mech. Oh man, props to Anilard. Staying alive, 17%. That was a great push. It just needs a little bit of armor shifting, would have probably saved him a bit. Hank wanted that kill just as much as, I mean, they all wanted the kill. They're all here to have a good time. But great fight either way. Crazy amount of points. So, publish that once more. Let's talk about the numbers real quick. Let's see, Thorax doing great. Foe Phoenix, 671 damage. Well done, Foe Phoenix. And then we got coming out of SPQR, 461 damage in that Shadowcat. Anilard once again pulling big numbers in such a little bitty mech. All right, so SPQR did take 2 kills. So what that means is that SPQR, oh yeah, don't worry, I won't forget your tunes. SPQR does get themselves 3 points. So now they're sitting at 31, not 231. That would be cheating. And then they did get a full 14 points. So we're sitting at 28 points coming out of Sweaty Sabers. So as far as matches go, still a winnable game. Like, they could win the whole thing. And it looks like Sweaty Sabers seems to be more comfortable with their big advantage than anything else. All right, let's move on to the final map, Hiberno Rift. Now, Hiberno Rift could be interesting. Very close quarters. You could do ranged. You could do DACA. We saw no Kodiaks out of that one, but we did see die rolls coming out of that match. We saw Orion 2Cs. We saw Executioners. We saw a lot of good stuff. We saw yet another Shadowcat. They could drop one tilt low tonnage because the cap here isn't the center map or any of the other ways on like your gimme caps or like that. Instead, it's Kappa. Kappa of all places. But again, so SPQR was ahead, I said 32 points. So now they're sitting at 63. Wait, no, that can't be right. Was it 69? I think it was, or no, not 39. So right now, SPQR has, like, they're 70 points away. So Sweaty Sabers, unfortunately, if they can get 14 points right now, which would put them at 42, which would win the match. If they can win this, they win the match. But you know what, Sweaty Sabers, you literally put on a great show for us. I thank you very much. Maybe you're not going to get first place with this, but don't be disheartened. You've got probably one of the better games I've seen literally this entire week. And I love that you guys are playing with all of your gusto. SPQR, like, you literally have just run it through for people. You guys are doing fantastic. And honestly, I look forward to playing you in the championship. I also don't look forward to playing y'all in the championship. Hey, look at this. Look at this, like, camaraderie. Once we're to the breach, my friends. Sweaty buckets over here. Yeah, dang, I need a cold beverage. It's good stuff though. And again, each drop matters. Like, division placement, only thing it gives you is more MC and bragging rights. But each match matters. Like, you want to win each match. And I don't know, both these teams are showing clearly why they're in first and second. Oh man, that was great. I'm loving this. I'm so thank you again, Swords and Sabers and SPQR, for allowing me to cast. I know I've casted for Swords and Sabers once and SPQR I think once this past season, but I've been out of the loop. I used to sweat all, or cast all the time. Life, scheduling, I know it's tough. But if you like my excitement, you like my energy, and you like me cheering you on individually, down to your weapon skin or your camo skins, to your Mac builds, to just your general shenanigans and strats, think of Yuntow. And I'll be there, at least if I can, of course. All right, we got Team 1 locked, sitting at 495 tons, using quite a bit of their tonnage. Let's see if Sweaty Sabers drops their tonnage because they were going to be cheeky, or they're going to match them at 490. Or not match them, but play with 490 tons. Ooh, what do we got? I'm ready for it. I want to see it. I gotta wait for them to hit lock. There it is. Boom! Final match starting now. Let's get it on. All right, everybody. Maybe you've been quietly cheering in the background. Let's hear it now. Let's see it now. All right. I better rip. So, like I said, I'm going to show you the spot for the map. And so, like, a lot of things, you can do so many things on this map. Like, there's enough trench runs. I've seen people bring lerms. I've seen people bring, like, just more DACA, like, a little bit of everything. All right, so we'll check out the mechs here in a second. But, Kappa, right? So, Kappa is the cap. Now, the Kappa's point is very interesting because, like, it's low ground. There's, like, land bridges and, like, ramps you can use. But not like Canyon Network. There's not an easy ramp kind of area, except for the one right here for Team 2. And like the one right here, and then Team 1 has to make the cross all the way over there to get it, or they take these ridge lines in order to provide some sniper information. Let's see what these pilots are bringing. All right, so coming in SPQR, Wubby in the direwolf once again, 6 AC5s. We got some Kodiaks. Oh, look at those Kodiaks. Ooh, we got 2 UAC 5s, 2 UAC 10s, 2 ER beams, and 2 heavy large lasers by Nataku. We got another Kodiak running 4 Goss. We got another direwolf running 6 AC5. Lots of DACA. Interesting enough, Hammerfell going for a huge scout, big, like, wide flank. And I like the play. All right, Sweaty Sabers, what do you got going on? We got another executioner doing a little damage to your legs, full Phoenix. I know you're excited, but easy there. Nice little coordination from the jump jets. Both running like a laser vomit build. Typical. We got the Kodiaks. We got a LB-20. Was that a Spear Bear? It is. Oh, they're all 3 Spear Bears. So Spear Bears are cool because they have masks as well. No lerms, got it. 1 LB-20, 1 ERPC, 4 SRM-6 Artemis, 1 large pulse, 1 LB-20, 4 SRM-6, and lastly, 1 LB-20, 4 SRM-6 Artemis, 2 large pulse. Shots are already raining out. Now, so Sweaty Sabers has opted for yet another brawl deck. Not going for range. They don't really have a lot of poke. They have an Exy that's going to be annoying, and Hammerfell doing his best to be harassment on the right. Now, these DACA mechs, right? They're like mid-range to close-range DACA. The thing is that Sweaty Sabers can literally take like a lesson out of their Hellbore, and they can just sit pretty. Like, they need the points. They need more than just the 5 points to win the match. They will need the kills. Most teams, though, will get impatient and will push this. And I respect the scouting, but the scouting is going to give a lot of info for where they are right now. And it looks like SPQR is wise to it. They're not letting themselves get corralled. They suspect a push, and so they're wisely moving to a different angle. I mean, this might open up to Hammerfell, who's also doing some great scouting. Like, he's about to check a good portion of Kappa right now. Doesn't see anything. Doesn't see any info of where they could be. Don't know. Do they have that info right here? Ooh, kind of. That's a cheeky spot. They could spot that. But I don't think so. I don't think Hammerfell's going to see that. The question is, will they go for Kappa? Now, wisely, SPQR seem to be kind of wise to it. They are maneuvering in a position where they can just kind of watch their flanks, watch their backs. The position that this team could take looks like they are going to take the high ground. But they're thinking about it. It's one of those moments, it's like, they don't want to walk into a fire line. Nice UAV coming at SPQR. They don't want to walk into a fire line, which I don't freaking blame them. But they know they need to get the points, they need the kills. The big info that they're about to get is Hammerfell is about to get on Kappa, so they're going to know there's one mech over there, which is either going to cause them to W key to Kappa or be the indicator they need to keep pushing. Ooh, oh, there we go. Wubby does spot them, which is going to allow Hammerfell to actually get back into support. I don't maybe he goes for the cap still. But again, these Spear Bears, they're going fast. They're trucking. Archery straight going out. Not a lot of value. Full Phoenix does drop down to 85%. But all they got to do is catch up to these mechs. Like this Kodiak 3. Is this the Goss one? Yeah, this 4 Goss one. It's going to put a lot of pinpoint damage, but it's not going to do a lot. However, that DACA Direwolf is in a pretty good spot to offer some support. So I like that. Now, this Direwolf on the bottom, though, not so great. Dropping low would not be a bad move for them. Ooh, Hank though. Hank is taking a lot of damage. Looks like Alfera's cursor is being focused on. And there goes one mech. Now, interestingly enough, the Spearheads did just push across. They're like, ah, it's cool. We'll just run into you. We don't care. We're down for it. We have a little bit of crossfire going on. We have Wubby in the low ground. Kukia says trying to finish up the Trout. Wubby is being harassed by Hank Reardon. Maybe we'll pick up that kill on Hank. Meanwhile, over here, we do have a 1v3 situation. Both things just doing what they can. Wubby still alive, though, doing a great job. They need that CT. Both Phoenix is coming in, realizing they need to get back on the focus fire. Because they need the points. Wow, good job, Wubby. Staying alive for so long. But again, that's a Daka Kodiak just as much as those dire wolves are, and that actually is hella fresh. Chaos is the only one that could potentially pick up a kill for, but this is looking somewhat in favor of SPQR because of their great rotation. And I feel like that if they SPU or not SPU or Sweaty Sabers did drop all low, maybe they could have just cleaned up the Kodiak, cleaned up Wubby, but too much return fire. But understandably, this is probably what they were worried about. How the hell did they get back up? You know, it's like, okay, if we commit, we commit. Oh, and there it goes. Good fight, good match. SPQR taking it away with a final match. Sweaty Sabers, though, really showing that they were here for the fight. Really sweating, as their name implies. And honestly, I'm happy for them. I think they did a fantastic job. SPQR has been the team to beat for their division, and I think that by far that they've done some of the most work against them. And definitely by no means made it a shutout game. They made SPQR work for rotating, getting kills, getting points. Like that was such a good like maneuver like by SPQR. Like they were just constantly and I was worried, but like Wubby dropping to low ground, this Kodiak dropping to low ground, and yeah, that did put them in bad situations, and they did get picked up for it. But Kook Chaos, the other Kodiak, Nitaku with the other like UAC 10, UAC 5, like they were able to clean it up, and then Hammerfell just fresh as all can be. We gotta wait for the cap points, but yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those beyond the binary, we have had our final showdown for the G spot, G division, as Sweaty Sabers did their best against SPQR, and they got quite a bit of value. They had some of the best games I have seen all season, including my own teams. Like, I can't wait to put that to YouTube. That's just gonna be a fun game. I'm gonna watch that again. That's how good that one was. But yeah, SPQR, like, geez, guys. You really showed up this division. I mean, honestly, like I was bragging about SPQR being really good. Sweaty Sabers, like Source of Sabers, they have grown and learned so much since we like originally scrimmed them or played against them for a while back. 2D20 is gonna have a lot of tough games ahead of us for the championship, but I welcome it. Teams like this is what keeps the game great. And if y'all remember comp, it's fantastic. Check out the MW comp Discord. There should be a link somewhere. I don't know where, but it's gonna be somewhere. And join a lot of the great teams out there. All of them are recruiting usually. There's a lot of teams to play for, and we're all usually, most of us, are good peeps. So real quick, Kook Chaos, 863 damage. Oh, Nitaku, 787. Great damage by far. And then Sweaty Sabers, 776. Phoenix Rocco, once again, pulling in some work, followed closely by Faux Phoenix, 730 damage. That's what you call some good games. All right, let's so Sweaty Sabers picked up yourselves a little more points, a few more points, well earned. I'm gonna make sure you get it. Don't you worry. Obviously managed to get 3 kills, which does give him 3 points altogether, which was gonna put him at a comfortable 31. Which I mean, again, like SPQR did get their 14, so yeah, they're sitting pretty good. 46, right? I think I did my math right. Hopefully I did it right, but. That's not a huge deficit, and for both these teams, like, Sweaty Sabers literally closed the distance trying to get closer to take SPQR, and I'm gonna say it, they literally did like the best out of the division against SPQR, and SPQR's been sweating. They've been doing all sorts of cool stuff. All right, y'all. Well, this has been a Yuntow cast. Thank you again, SPQR and Sweaty Sabers, for being amazing teams, being good vibes, good energy the entire time. Really playing some of the best Mechwarrior Online I've seen. Like, everyone talks about Div A. It's these lower division teams. You gotta watch them. They are just so good. Not even like lol meme. Like look at that guy. It's really weird. No, like you could tell the energy is there. Like I don't know. I enjoy when I watch a team that has only been playing for like maybe a year or two, as opposed to a team that's been playing for like 8 to 10. I think it's a different energy. It just feels that way. So yeah, that was great. And look at these guys. Look at them. They're just chatting away, just having to. Wow. Wow. So good. Well, so yeah, this is the final match of Tournament of the Stars. The next big tournament is the championship, and as was relayed to me, because honestly I forgot the timing for it, we have. All right, so we have a bunch of like preceding invitational games that's happening in September, but in this month we're gonna have our comp queue roster creations can be available. If you need to know what that's about, check my YouTube out. I have a comp video of last year of how to create a team and how to join a team. I'm more or less gonna be the same thing. If it does change it, I'll make a new video. But we will be doing World Championship is coming up. Comp queue opens 17th of August for the first day of matches, typically the Thursday and Saturdays. We'll see if that actually is to remain the case. And the comp teams will log on the 12th of September, so you can switch teams and be in different teams until that point, and then you're locked. You're locked away. Wish they would do that sooner. I keep asking. Well, maybe I don't ask enough. Honestly, I'm probably chill about it. Anyways, teams are going to log on the 12th of September, so just make sure you found your team. It's should be teams of 8, max roster of 15 or 12, something like that. I'll double check. But the comp queue closes the 1st of October and then moves on to the finals in October, November, and lastly December for the pure finals. And the World Championship is different. It's all viewer, supported. So the more money you put in, the more money that people get for tournament stuff. So it's good. It's real good. Oh, you want to do maybe a post match up to you? Up to you. It's a little late, to be honest. If we can keep it quick, I can make it happen to get up for a All right, let's see. These guys. Maybe add the 2d20 scored. All right, looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a cast going on. Remove.
This is big brain.
Big
time.
brain time. Hey, Jimmy.
Hello.
Hello. I guess we're waiting for Hammerfell, I'm assuming, to come on along. But how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm so sweaty right now.
Dude, I'm sweating, and I wasn't even playing.
That was good. We were pretty worked up. Like I said, we've been playing for like the last year, and
Yeah, man.
to do this well, for the first time we were trying like to actually do builds and strategies other than just take some rest and work and let's roll.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited at how well we did. So, like I said, we kept it close at least. I think we were all getting a little frustrated those first the 1v1s and the 2v2s and then the first drop, but we brought it back and turned it into a game. So
No, Jimmy, like, I mean, the 1v1s, 2v2s, yeah, there's sometimes they're just a crapshoot, right? It's like some pilots do fantastic in a big team dynamic, but as soon as they get into that, oh, it's all on me, or it's all on me and my buddy, stress, nerves start kicking in. Mechs that they've been piloting for years, and they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, it just happens sometimes, and like and not without effort. Like I mean, I wasn't joking. Like constantly, I was admittedly rooting for y'all a little bit, because I thought you guys were so close in so many matches. Like none of these losses even were a oops, like they horribly messed up. No, you guys were on it. It's just a little bit more from SPQR, and honestly, that's what makes the games great. So,
yep, no, I mean there even that Vitric, like I said, I think that one started getting. Well, that was probably why we were the most frustrated because we know we left a bunch of them legged or legs open.
it probably didn't help that I highlighted it like post the match. But I was like, let's see how damaged these guys are, and then sure enough, super damage. Speaking of super damage, what's up, Hank?
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
hey.
Yuntow.
Hey,
Pleasure
hey.
to meet you. And hey, I'm super grateful you got to cast this, man.
Oh, me too, man. That like of all the matches for me to catch, I 100% believe this is like one of the best games to have seen this entire season. Personally, like I'm biased because I only had a handful of casts, but still, this was amazing. I was just telling Jimmy, I'm sweating. Like I wasn't even playing with you guys.
Yeah, that like sweatiness feeling, especially happening, and I believe it was the third drop when the magic started happening with the jump jet summoners. I was feeling it. I hit that last leg on that Shadow Cat. I felt great, man.
Oh, like you guys you'll enjoy my commentary because I was like, no, don't die. Like I was like willing it into like existence of where I didn't want you guys to get picked up. And don't get me wrong, I love SPQR. Like we've scrimmed against them a bunch of times. We've had good reputation since last Worlds. But you know, Source of Sabers, you guys have always been cool people towards 2D20 and myself. And so I have nothing but love for both these teams. But I'm a huge sucker for a team that's down points. Like I wanted you guys to get as many points as possible. So I was like, oh man, I was sweating for you. But
Yeah,
no, it's great games.
we feel really good because I think if our math was right, we pulled the most points and drops off SPQR than anyone else did.
I'm pretty sure you're 100% accurate. Easy verify. So yeah, because SPQR they've had a great season during the stars. A shutout match, close to a shutout match by 2 points, another shutout match, and I mean by max points, and then the closest one to y'all was at 57-23. And you guys clawed them back. Like you guys at the end of it, I think my math is right. They were 46, y'all were 31. Like,
yeah, that's good. Yep,
that's amazing. Yeah, and honestly, like that. I mean, the match that everyone's gonna be talking about is Hellbore. Like that match alone was such a good game. Like that, I didn't think you guys were gonna make it, and you almost pulled it off again in Terra Therma Crucible. But I see it. Like I felt it. It's like you guys were like, I gotta kill it. I got to get in there. And you know, maybe a little W key was a little too hard, but you know, it happens. It's part of the fun.
Yep. No, I just definitely Hank been playing great this whole season. He's been one of our regulars, which is awesome. And same with all the other guys. It's been great just getting to play with these guys all this year and really just kind of pulling together as a team. And we're definitely starting to figure it out, I think.
I mean,
compared to the first few we did, where it was just kind of like,
what are we doing? What are mechs? Oh, okay, I got it. I mean, it's kind of like for 2D20 as well. Like every team, let's be real, every team is going to go through some kind of growing pains. Whether it be like a skill plateau, it's like okay, we know how to W key, we know how to kind of shoot, you know, the same components. Let's see if we can do anything different. And that's all it is. It's just a progression. And so for me, I always try to like set those expectations for my team, where it's like what do we want as an individual? Like, what do you want to get better at weapon system wise, mech wise, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to get better as a team, whether it be strat, DACA, mid-range, laser vomit, you know, pop darting. And what do we want out of the season? Like, do we want to meme all the way? Do we want to get as many wins as we can? Or do we want to work on our communication? Like, you work on something, and if you can be at the end of the season, you don't have everyone crying and yelling and flipping over the computers, and you have people who are like, oh, that was a cool match, or like, hey, that was fun, or like, you just have any of these like minute moments, something went right. So, and speaking of being right, What up, Andalard? I'm pretty sure that's Andalard. My streamer mode is on, and Hammerfell.
That's me. What's up? How's
Yes,
it
sir.
going?
Oh,
Hey guys,
yeah, I was gonna
match.
say.
Hey boys, good matches.
Yeah, GG's. You guys scared the hell out of me.
We were just kind of like passing around some greetings stuff like that. SPQR. Good job, guys. Look at that. What a good season for y'all. I mean, the training, the scrims, like all that you've been working on, you guys were literally working on it, I think, before even Blood League ended. And my God, I think it paid off, don't you think?
No,
for sure.
absolutely. And so yeah, we were working on this before Blood League. I'm not going to go too far wide into that because we were still in Blood League with a couple of us. There's some low glitches there, but yeah, no, we've been working on this for at least a solid month going into the tournament here. Just building up the team, getting in practices, practicing together. We've built up a real strong relationship with units like yourself and like Joker's Wild. And we've been scrimming with you guys constantly, occasionally a couple times with Crit. Just scrimming once, twice a week, just working on it, getting up our practices and just dedicating time to figure out what are we going to run for a mech drop? What do we think they might be running? What's our map pathing going to be? Just strategizing and working really hard to cement kind of a good foundation for us going into the tournament.
I mean, Spreadsheet Warriors, the unsung heroes of Mechwarrior Online, in my opinion. So,
Oh, I don't want to forget to give a little shout out to
yeah,
one of
please.
our main scrim partners, and I guess they won Div E, I think it was today. Raptor Talons. They kicked the living crap out of us in our first TOS last year, and we became pretty good friends with them, and they've been helping. We've been scrimming them. They usually do a pretty good job of beating on us, but then they definitely help us out afterwards and give us a lot of help. So definitely wanted to say thanks to like Crazy Motorbiker and Saint Dean, Dane,
there you go.
Izuka, because for all their help and input that they gave us. So
And don't forget Lunar too. Yeah, they're just a great group to scrim in and learn off of, and it's always fun joining them.
I was gonna say that's like one of my favorite things about getting involved in MW Comp. It's like, we all were just quick play pause. We're just, hey, I'm in a mech, boom, boom, boom. This is fun. All right, I'm tired of NASCARing, cry, cry, cry. And then we discovered comp. And I don't know about y'all, but comp is pretty much and obviously the people I've met, and I guess that easily translates to the comp community, is what's kept me personally involved. Like, it's kept me invested, meeting all these people, meeting all these teams, getting my rivalries, getting like, oh, I'm NSR rule, okay, I'll show you NSR. Like, you get those energies, you get those feelings, but you haven't experienced that. Let's face it, no other game hits it. Like, we all have our gripes with BGI servers crashing, and like, we have feelings about it, like wanting things to be better, but we do keep coming back. We keep playing with the same people. We keep running these matches because it is fun. It is good. And I think you guys just gave us the best example I've seen in a while. So
yeah, Hammerfell, we'll have to definitely put together some scrims in the off season for fun.
Sounds good.
Beating on
I think
each
that
other.
would be a great idea. You guys gave us a run for our money. I think this is perfect practice for both of us.
Can sizzle some hot dogs using honest propane.
Hell yeah.
I guess for obviously this interview is more just say, hey, let's congratulate each other, pat on the back. But to ask like a big question, we already heard all of your scrim partners, stuff like that. First of all, I'm going to see y'all in championships, right?
Of course.
Oh, absolutely. We're
Number
only
one,
going to take a
baby.
week
Number
or two break
one.
here, but then we're gonna start ramping up for that pretty hard here.
Yeah,
We're at the very least going to get us some rewards. All of them.
Oh, there you go. I mean, if 2D20 is lucky, we'll get a 300 game team if we're wanting to have more burnout, or we'll have a team that might go for top 8, but we'll see if we can get there first before we worry about anything else. But honestly, okay, so great to hear, because having teams like you in comp is what keeps comp healthy. Just because you get all these like top teams and they just beat out all these other lower teams, and then you have all these lower teams you just give up halfway. But you guys have already shown the test of time. You're here, you're ready to fight, and you're going to keep going, and that's wonderful to hear. Secondly, because this is the match that we all want to talk about anyways, Hellbore Outpost.
Hellebore from us, from our perspective, that was a misplay. We kept telling our guys, it's like, hey, let the our shadow cats were kind of the key part there for us. Let the shadow cats flank, let the shadow cats just kind of nuke everything, especially once we saw that they were serms. I identified like super early on. I was like, there's summoners, I see a huntsman, that's almost guaranteed streaks. Pull back, spread out. We kept saying like, don't be within 300 meters of each other. If you're who's being run down, you know, you should have speed tweak. I kept telling everyone, have your speed tweak. You shouldn't be outpaced by those summoners or the huntsman. Turn around, just W key, stop shooting, let the rest of us shoot them as they chase you. And unfortunately, our guy, you know, Kook accidentally fell off a ledge and he fell into you guys. Taku got to a point where he's like, oh, I can stop and just turn and shoot real quick, and you caught right up with him. W, he heard us be like, hey, play aggressive, and he interpreted that to like run in and ran in at you guys when we went, no, just peek aggressively, because he kept like being very, you know, sparing with his peeks, like not peek, just stand there, shoot him. You know, and then unfortunately I made a really bad call where I said, hey, we should split up the shadow cats, and then the Viper just came in and chewed me alive there. I just could not get that Viper off me.
Yeah, shout out to Cherglue, alive way longer than he deserves to be. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was amazing.
11%.
You guys played that match so well. You know, we every time we tried to make a move, you guys are right on top of us. So you really shut us down.
I do like to call myself the self-proclaimed king of summoners. So I mean,
I mean, you did definitely put some work out there. And I was gonna say, so Sweaty Sabers, where you obviously you won the match, but I'd imagine, considering how low a lot of your mechs are, y'all were stressing so much in that match.
Oh, we were, yeah, we were so. I mean, we were all beat up. I mean, one more shot to any one of us, we probably could have went down, and that was the whole thing. It was like, it was a Phoenix Rocco and the Huntsman. He had like 80 or 90% health still. We're like, we need you to lead. He's like, I'm real slow, but I'm still behind you guys. So, but I mean, yeah, that was a good. I mean, we felt good about like it just seemed like we were able to capitalize on like that first mistake, and then we got to the point where we could pick you off one at a time, and that really just worked out.
But
for us.
I was gonna say SPQR with the rotation was very good. Like I think it just got a little unlucky that drop, and you honestly that Kook Chaos dropping was almost missed. Like it was just enough time where I guess either guys you heard it or you got the blip. But if it was just a second later, you guys would have kept on pushing, and Kook Chaos would have just like walked out the back. It was such a close moment of like, oh, there he is, you know, kind of situation. But like honestly, yeah, the y'all's rotation, I was like, you guys rotated over to the Esviga, realizing the cap. So SPQR, were you thinking that you had the cap lead, and so that's why you were like holding back as long as you were, as opposed to repositioning?
No, that was kind of I think a hesitation on our part, trying to figure out what to do. Just because we ran into like the SRM brawl. So we kind of hesitated there for a moment, and we should have just leaped straight in action. So that was kind of, I'd say, more of a moment of inexperience. You know, just a lot of our players being very fresh to the comp.
Sure, yeah, a lot of audibles for both teams to be constantly making throughout a match. I'm sure both of you weren't expecting to go that long of a match and have to armor twist and run around. Like some of you guys were jump jetting through the air, doing tricks that pilots shouldn't be able to do. So like it was honestly, it was a sight to see, and I was generating the hype because I'm sure you were aware, Sweaty Sabers. If you weren't, then I'm glad, because that would have put more stress on. So that match, if you had lost, like you did lose the 2 mechs in Terra 3 Crucial, but not losing any mechs put you in a chance to still win and take first. Like it would have to be a shutout from that point on, considering the previous matches. But that was the match that was looking very scary. You had so many mechs that were so weak that you guys clutching up, literally just like everyone was bewildered by it. Terra the Cruiser was close too, but it was just not close enough, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, Hellbore. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget about that match. I might even dream about it. It was that good. Oh,
Definitely gonna be dreaming about that one in my nightmares for sure.
That was one of the maps where we did the most practice on and the most thinking and adjustments. It just felt like, you know, having those jump jets, especially that many summoners and jump jets, just created all those opportunities. I think that's what really helped us.
That was a great game and great match sold entirely. Like both you guys, like good position, good rotating. Even when the misposition, like people got out of a position, stuff like that, the recovery was there. And a lot of it kind of came down to just like it's the small things. It's the small things that you want to see in a comp match, like a little bit more focus fire, a little bit better positioning. Not like overall your draft deck was terrible, or your mech builds were wrong, or any like huge misplays. It was all little tiny things, which is great because those are little tiny things that you can easily fix. with repetition, but yes. Is there any goodbye notes? I hate to cut the interview short. I mean, I'm enjoying the vibes and stuff like that, but I'm sure you guys want to take a little bit of break, and I got to get up in like 6 hours so for my job and work. But I was happy to cast. I'm happy to cast for you guys in the future, especially if you have matches like that again. But any farewell notes or anything else you want to say? Any more shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to say good game to the other team. Thank you, Yuntow, for always casting our matches. It's always an absolute pleasure to scrim you and watch your VODs.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, and same thing pretty much. Just shout out to SPQR, great games, guys, and I want to just shout out to the Sway Sabers and good job. I better tell the 6 Leopard Mall Cops that they got finish up their season tomorrow, so good luck to them. And Yuntow, thanks a lot for casting. I always appreciate when you do it for us.
Oh, I mean, you guys put on a good show. How can I not, have a good time with it? Just if obviously the championship is coming up, so I won't be able to do any casting. But if you need any kind of scrim, casting where I won't stream it, but I'll just record it, I don't mind doing that for y'all. Even if it's just more of a focus on the technical, I don't mind doing that for teams either because I've done it for a couple now.
Awesome. Thank you so much for streaming
thanks.
us and your casting. I do want to real quick also for the last second here shout out our coach Red Baron. He our prior IGL for last tournament of stars came back to help coach us, even though he's been scouted the better waters from when he used to be our IGL in game. Big shout out to him for working with us on days to try and figure out how we could optimize our drop deck. Doing little things like showing me and Andy how the twist that Shadow Cat's better, just really kind of coming in and helping share the wisdom he's gained moving up into higher divs with us.
Oh, that's great. I mean, that's how it should work, right? People are going to grow. They're going to move to different spots. 2D20 has, I think 5 members who are currently playing for KDCM and did a lot during Blood League. But all of them have oh, look what I learned! Like, they all get super excited, which is, I don't know, it's nice to see that. Like, if you have a good team, which both of you do, members leaving, it's not like a severance, like burn the bridge. It's just a natural thing. And a lot of times they'll come back and hang out. So it's good to hear.
And but before we wrap up, I just want to give a shout out to Yuntow. I always appreciate your casting. Always showing your love, showing appreciation for me. And also the Swords and Sabers. I started with them, and it's been a hell of a ride. I've been enjoying it. And to the rest of the team, and then hey to SPQR, that was probably one of the best matches I've ever done. And I can't wait to do more. So appreciate everybody.
And cheers to that. Oh, y'all. Thanks for the games. Thanks for putting on a show. I'm going to end the stream now, so if you want to say goodbye, this is the time to do it.
Oh, I better shout out to Therax, our old ringer, who's our new ringer again, and he always helps us a lot. But he didn't carry us hard enough this time. But thanks for playing with us, Therax. It's always fun, and like his casting too. So,
yeah,
thanks, guys. It was great.
All right, GG's, y'all. Take it easy.
All right, later, everybody.
GG's, y'all. Good night, y'all. Thanks again.
Later. Night.
Later. All right, everybody. And that is it. We had a ball. We had a great time. Thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting these teams. Remember, comp is alive. It's Mechwarrior Online. That's what keeps it going, in my opinion. So if you're curious, if you're tired of quick play, you're tired of not working with teams, and, yada, yada. Even if it is that you just want to fight me because you're tired of my antics in quick play, come fight me then, bro. Let's go. I'll see you in the World Championship. Thanks for watching, y'all. Remember, no matter where it's going, I'm doing my best to be here, playing all the games, doing World of Warcraft Hardcore, doing Mechwarrior Online. I got some new games on the way, horror games, including some Domain Monster, which should be a fun game. Monsters Domain. Thank you, honey. And, yeah. Have a good day. Bye.